Hey everyone, finished watching the next Super Samurai episode, Fight Fire with Fire. Mia sees G and Jaden reading a letter. She overhears Jaden say something about his secret. In the Netherworld, Dayu returns to Xandred's ship. She and Octoroo put a new plan into action. Octoroo summons a screechy Nylok Vieira. He gives her a special weapon that will make Jaden burn up from the inside out. The Rangers go out to battle Moogers. Vieira waits and makes a surprise attack. The others defend Jaden. They're confused why her weapon only affects Jaden. Vieira brags that her weapon affects Jaden because the head of the Shiba clan has strong fire symbol power and the weapon intensifies it negatively. The others try their hardest to defend Jaden, but Jaden insists they stop. Vieira blasts at Jaden one more time, but at the last second, Jaden fires back with the Bullzooka. Vieira is destroyed, but Jaden is in bad shape. Jaden tells Kevin to lead the team. They go to fight the revived Vieira. Octoroo and Dayu watch from a distance and wonder how Jaden could have survived. Jaden lies wounded and sees someone approaching. They know him and assure him they'll take care of this. Suddenly they pull out a Samuraizer. And not just any Samuraizer, the previous generation's model. The Lion Zord joins the Rangers piloted against Vieira and successfully destroys her for good. We see a Red Ranger in the Zord, and the rest of the team is confused. They go to check on Jaden and see the new Ranger. Jaden introduces the team to her. She's his big sister, Lauren. Later, Mentor G explains that Jaden's father put Lauren into hiding so she could master the sealing symbol. Jaden's responsibility was to defend the Earth until his sister was ready. Jaden hands leadership of the team to Lauren. He thinks the Rangers are too loyal to him, so he needs to leave.
There can only be one Red Ranger.
I don't know how this trope keeps coming up after Time Force. Later, Mike admires Lauren's morpher and actually says the word kanji.
I can write kanji symbols like...
Emily also says it.
Kanji.
So they could say kanji all this time and they just didn't? Lauren confirms that her morpher belonged to her and Jaden's father. The Rangers all get along with Lauren. Jaden tells everyone he's leaving and they have to follow Lauren. The team is upset, but Jaden insists Lauren knows the sealing symbol, so she has to lead. For some reason. Jaden says goodbye and walks away. Later, the Rangers talk over their thoughts on Jaden, and Lauren now feels uncomfortable and unwelcome. This episode is really good, but Jaden's reasoning for leaving is pretty weak. So much of this episode works, but the ending really dampers everything. Jaden's secret is finally revealed, and it's handled really well. I remember back in the day, even fans who were aware of Shinkenger were surprised. I like Lauren. There's not much revealed about her yet, but she comes off as friendly and determined. She's become a fan favorite, despite only appearing at the very end of a season that's most certainly not a fan favorite. She's the first female Red Ranger since Charlie in SPD, and the first to be a good guy. And also the first to have come from Sentai. Unlike Charlie, Lauren was directly adapted from Shinkenger. Lauren's introduction is great. The blurry shots, vague angles. We don't even see her true Ranger form until after we've seen her stupid Mega Mode. We get a flashback to her as a child being taken into hiding, and at first I thought it was a Kuroko taking her, but it was just someone wearing all black. They had long hair. Who was this? Was it one of the other Rangers' parents? Was it a relation? Lauren is definitely the strong point here. Much weaker is the monster, Vieira. She sucks. She suffers from the common lack of variety when it comes to New Zealand voice actors. She's screechy and annoying to listen to. It's a shame. Samurai's first season appeared to have a higher standard for monster voices, but Super Samurai has unfortunately fallen into nearly every monster being a pretty generic, unmemorable voice. At least she's gone quickly. So yeah, this episode was almost one of the best, but geez, Jaden is a pretty big idiot. The Shinkenger counterpart this time starts with the Rangers celebrating New Year's. Fuwa Juzo also pops in once in a while to remind the audience that he's still around. I'm actually glad he was left out over here. Lauren's counterpart, Kaoru, is introduced in a very similar way to Lauren. The biggest difference is Kaoru doesn't talk much. Kaoru gets her own Kurokos and her own G, who's pretty pompous and annoying. This is where the episode ends, so Samurai combined 2 episodes here. Honestly, I think Samurai did a great job. It's almost scene for scene, yet accomplishes everything at a much faster pace. The second episode of Shinkenger is what became the second half of the Samurai episode. A lot of this would not work in an American context. Kaoru's mentor Tanba insists everyone bow down and immediately accept this person they don't know. I guess that could have been adapted over here, but he'd look like an antagonist. Shinkenger, being steeped in Japanese cultural elements, suits a character like him more. He's not trying to be antagonistic, he's just old-fashioned and set in his ways. He expects everyone to behave in a formal way, regardless of the circumstances. He does go a bit too far later on, but he's still a character I can understand. He does outright insult Genta, though, so maybe he is trying to be an antagonist. We get a lengthy flashback of the previous generation's battle against Dokoku. Some of this got adapted previously. Takeru was in far worse shape after the battle than Jaden. The Kurokos are the ones to give Kaoru the black box and discs. We get another flashback of Takeru's dying father passing on his Shinkenger powers to him. Young Takeru barely moves or shows any emotion, which comes off unintentionally funny. He should probably also try to get out of the burning house he's in. The motivations for characters make way more sense in Shinkenger. The Rangers don't necessarily trust Kaoru and don't want to lose Takeru. Takeru feels guilty he had to lie to his team and has lost his will to fight. We get to see Kaoru lead the team into battle this episode, while over here it's held off on until the next, so I'll wait until then to talk about it. So that's it for this one. Hope you enjoyed it. See ya.